Welcome back to the Western States Extremes. Our women's leader, Wendy Fisher's on course and heading in direct shoot. Oh, no, my goodness, she jumped right over those rocks, and now she's heading down toward the amphitheater.
Wendy, classic style. I think she threw the cameramen off guard. They expected her to ski the chick line, but she didn't. She caught air and skied where most of the men in this competition skied. You'd be surprised. Day 3 of this competition, Wendy beat all the women and all the men in her first run. Here she heads into the amphitheater. You can appreciate how steep it is here. Nice air off the rocks, good solid landing. Clean skiing for Wendy. She's putting together a good run.
Let's take another look at this little jump here.
What you see about Wendy is she goes from a crunched up position to an extended position, but her strength is balanced. She's over the center of her skis throughout.
She's getting down toward the bottom, these finished rocks. Let's pick her up here.
Now I know Wendy wants to turn it on down here at the bottom. In the U.S. Extremes, she went from first in the last day to third, and she doesn't want that to happen again. Eyeing for the ice fall and skis right over the top of the ice. Beautiful maneuver. Very nice run for Wendy. She should be happy for that. Here you can see as she comes across, she's not fooling around. She hits that ice right in the center, but it's a good jump.
Eva's got her down in the finish area.
All right, Wendy, that was a line I have not seen anyone take today. Did you know that you were the first one to pull that line?
Well, I saw so many people looking at those chutes over there, and I said, okay, maybe second run I'll go over there if I see a really cool line, but I just wanted to do my own unique line. I don't want to follow other people.
Here's Wendy's scores, solid, top to bottom. She is really setting a high standard for the women skiers here. Next up is Kirsten Kremer.
Kirsten Kremer, a wild woman from Squaw Valley, California. She's 24 years old, but she only has 8 years of skiing experience. She loves to go for it and let it all hang out. She falls every once in a while, but she's had some good runs in this competition so far. The best part about Kirsten is you never know what she's going to do next.
Kirsten Kremer's on course, and she's in the top of direct shoot.
Kirsten has a good standing so far in this competition, but she had a little bobble there, but not a big deal. She's banging out some good turns. You know, she's fallen so many times in these competitions. I'm hoping that she's going to put a good run together, top to bottom, without mistake.
Well, she's taking a chance right now because she's heading into Frank's.
This always makes me nervous to see people in here. It's just real treacherous, very exposed, steep. This is the critical zone. You don't want to be making a mistake in this area. She's taking her time. I'm glad to see her going over the skier's left. Still high exposure. She's staying in control, making good turns, and she's out of Frank's. Kirsten's not putting together a spectacular run, but a solid run, and that's what she needs to score with the judges and build her own self-confidence.
Let's take a look at that upper part of direct.
I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like she just got her tip caught on a little crust. I don't think the judges from where they are going to be able to see that quite as well as we did.
She's coming down to the bottom. Do you think she's going to do something wild down here?
She probably is, but she didn't. Just a little hop. Good clean finish. Boy, I'm proud of her. That's a great run for Kirsten. Here in Frank's in slow motion, you can see the snow that she's pushing out from underneath her each turn, creating her own little avalanche. Really quite scary, as you can see how steep it is right here.
And here are Kirsten's scores, and they reflect her conservative run. Unfortunately, that's going to put her farther behind Wendy Fisher. Next skier is McGovern.
Right from the get-go, Aaron's been letting it all hang out. This 23-year-old has been skiing some of the toughest lines and taking big chances, and that's why he's in second place.
Well, Aaron's on course, and he's coming down to the top cliffs area, and he's really throwing those skis around.
Aaron's doing a good job of staying balanced and over the center of his skis and picking his way through these spiny, dangerous rocks. When he knocks out that snow, it's difficult to see where the rocks are below him, and you never know when one might catch your ski and pull it off. From this angle, we can really appreciate the steepness and how rocky the top cliffs are. He's done a good job of negotiating through these rocks, and it looks like he's heading over, not into Frank's, which is unique for Aaron. I expected him to hit Frank's.
Well, he's coming down on a slightly different side of the amphitheater than we've seen people come down before.
Aaron's traversing in. Looks like he's going to pop into this little chute and get himself some fresh powder. Nice job. He's going to score high on the line selection, which means degree of difficulty. Now, Aaron comes from a strong racing background. You can see it in his technique. He was one of the top junior racers in the East Coast. And that makes a big difference from an extreme standpoint. Throwing a helicopter at, just nailing the trees. Oh, that's just too bad after an outstanding run. I don't know what Aaron was thinking here, if he had that planned or if he knew where he was. I don't think if he had inspected and was planning on doing that helicopter, if he would have done that.
Here's Aaron down on the finish rocks.
Aaron down on the bottom and making it to the finish line.
Let's take another look at that top cliff area.
Aaron's really kicking up a lot of snow, and from here you can appreciate how difficult it is for him to see where his next turn's going to be. The snow blocks his view. But with those cat-like reflexes, he's really on top of it.
Eva's got him down at the finish line.
Aaron, I think that you used this mountain better than anyone. I liked your line at the top, and you went across, and you were fast, and you used so many parts of this mountain, and I liked it. It was too bad when you crashed, but you kept it going.
I saw the wind lip, and all I thought is I can toss a heli off that, and came around for my heli, and I'm looking at trees, just leaned back and pulling them right through. Flipped over, got it back together. Hopefully, recoveries are always good, but
okay.
I wish I hadn't even looked over that section, so just flashing stuff, just keeping my head forward and look for the train.
That was nice, and the snow, that top section looked like you had a blast skiing down that. It looked like you had fun.
And there's Aaron's score. His critical mistake on the helicopter is going to hurt his control score.
Next up is our current leader, Giannis Demsar.
This is Giannis's first ever extreme ski competition, but he's no stranger to skis. He was a 6-year member of the Yugoslavian national ski team. He also competed on the World Cup in all disciplines, and that's why he's been tearing up this competition.
And Giannis is on course and just ripping speed down that summit ridge. Looks like he's heading to the keyhole.
He just skied right by it. I think he overshot his mark, but dropped in anyway on a unique line, carrying a ton of speed on the treacherous open snowfield. And another error out of that. I'm just amazed at what I just saw. This man is just an outstanding skier.
He's coming down to the top of the amphitheater.
You can see Giannis has a bit of a boxy style and really throws the skis from right to left. But in these changing conditions, like right there, when he loses his balance, he stays right over the center of skis and doesn't really lose it because he's strong and has a stable, wide stance.
He's heading on over to an area we haven't seen people go to before.
Another big error without any hesitation up top. In the replay, we see Giannis almost skiing over rocks to get back into the hanging snowfield.
And he's skiing so fast, Kim, that he's already the finish rocks.
No hesitation, pig air off the rocks, an outstanding run. Boy, he sure does make it look easy. In this replay, we see Giannis drop over off the hanging snowfields, and again, he's so stable and centered on his skis.
Yana is carrying some major speed. I mean, you made it down here in like half the time of everyone else. It was a nice run. How'd you feel about it?
I felt pretty good. I was going so fast that I had a hard time finding spots I picked before. So I have to take it easy. I'll do the second run.
Well, you definitely were down before we knew it, but you had some good airs, and it was a really nice run. Tell me, how much did adrenaline really push you through that run this time?
I'm glad it's the last day. My body couldn't withstand another injection of adrenaline. If we went on to tomorrow, a lot of adrenaline.
All right, one more adrenaline rush, and we hope that everything turns out great for you.
Thank you.
Those are solid scores for Giannis Demsar, and that's going to lengthen his lead. We're going to go to commercial with a look at a wild party hosted by Planet Hollywood.
Hey Arnold, who operated on your knee? Hard day on the hill, huh? I heard you didn't qualify for tomorrow.